I gotta wipe my camera.
Oh, we're live.
Oh, Jesus.
Thank you, Neil, for coming back. Okay. We ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Today is Tuesday, and Tuesday is Super Series Tuesday with House in the Car. Thank you guys so very much for joining us here with me. Well, I guess I can introduce myself first. Hello, everyone. My name is Letitia Grant. I am the chair, the national chair of House in the Car. And I am joined with.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Stephanie Milburn. I am the campaign manager for House in the Car.
And I'm super excited about today. So Stephanie and I spent some time coordinating an agenda for House in the Car for the weeks to come with our virtual platform. And one of the things, of course, you guys saw Stephanie yesterday on Millennial Monday. How did Millennial Monday go yesterday, Stephanie?
Millennial Monday was great. We had a special guest, Danisha Albro, and she just gave a little insight on her story and her journey to become a future homeowner, and talked about some of the barriers and reasons why she has not yet purchased. But she is on the right track, and she will be a homeowner within the next year or two.
Perfect. So I'm glad that you said that, because Millennial Monday is all about barriers. And then we come back on Tuesday, and Tuesday is all about solutions. Solutions, exactly. And then we have Wednesday, which is our testimonial day, and Friday is just our financial facts. So today is the solution day. And my screen just went dark because my computer went out. But today is Solution Day. So today is the introduction to our entire series. So what I wanted to do was give our audience a little bit of history of House in the Car. I think that's fitting so that everyone is on the same page and know how we came up, or how House in the Car just arrived. And House in the Car is a national campaign under the leadership of our President Donnell Williams. So super excited that President Donnell Williams asked that I be the chair of this campaign, and Stephanie as the campaign manager for this campaign, because that's exactly what it is. With research, our president found that there are 1.7 million African-American millennials with purchasing power, but have decided not to purchase a home. So of course, he declared a cease and desist on the declining rate of African-American home ownership, and that has had a drastic overturn. So our home ownership rate has increased, but we also saw it fitting to focus on millennial home ownership. And that is what House in the Car is about. It's a strategic process with us focusing on the African-American millennial home ownership and raising that bar for our millennials. Did I capture all that, Stephanie?
Yes, you did. Indeed, you did. And I just want to add to that, because with the launch of our new virtual platform, as you stated before, we are focusing on the barriers, presenting solutions, and providing testimonials from the millennials. So we have designed this weekly schedule just for you guys. And we talked about Millennial Monday, Super Tuesday, and Wednesday, we're going to have Home Ownership Changed My Life and Financial Fact Friday. So I am excited about Home Ownership Changed My Life. On tomorrow, we do have another special guest. So we're going to be, really pushing out this information and reaching out to the millennials to, get them on the path to home ownership.
Yeah. I'm so glad that you mentioned home ownership changed my life. Of course, because today what we're going to do is we're going to go over series 1. If we're still in lockdown, work home, stay home, work safe, if we're still here, we'll have series 2. But we're going to go over series 1. But before we do that, I'm so glad that you mentioned home ownership changed my life, because I can definitely attest to that. And I know you and I, we both did a video that we posted on House in the Car, and home ownership definitely changed my life as a young lady. Owning a home. I was able to become a landlord at the age of 16. I owned the home since I was 14, but at the age of 16, I became a landlord. And although I think at that time that may have been too much responsibility for me then, it has contributed to my success as a property manager today. I know those signs to look for when you're not going to pay rent.
Right.
Unfortunately, I learned that the hard way.
Yeah, and I too, I was not 16 years old when I became a landlord, but it was about 7 years ago that I purchased an investment property and became a landlord. So home ownership has definitely changed my life as well. I have purchased 3 homes from the age of 24 is when I purchased my first house, and I'm on my 3rd property, looking to purchase more in the future. So I definitely want to increase my investment portfolio.
Right. Perfect. And National Association of Real Estate Brokers is a great platform for all of this. So we definitely want to make sure that we acknowledge our national president of NAREB, NAREB, President Donnell Williams, for providing us the enormous amount of resources that we have as an organization. So we're grateful for those campaigns and for the platform that we have to share home ownership and to share those values with these millennials. So without further ado, I guess we can go into what our calendar looks like, Stephanie.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about our Super Tuesday series. We already talked about what we have going on during the week, but our Super Tuesday series is going to begin next week, and we'll start off with home ownership from a sociological perspective. That's going to be next Tuesday, and we do have a special guest. We don't want to, say who it is right now. We'll get that over to you in a surprise, along with another flyer, and you'll get a chance to see who our special guest for that day is. Then we'll follow that up with April 21st, debt reduction to accomplish home ownership. And of course, we cannot have any series without talking about down payment assistance as the bridge to home ownership, because we know a lot of millennials have discussed debt and, things like that being one of the barriers. And so they may need that home ownership, that they may need that down payment assistance to get them over that hump. And so we also have developers conversation and convenience, because one of the things that millennials love is convenience. So, and then the developers conversation is more for the investor side, because a lot of the millennials stated that they may not want to own a house as an owner occupant, but they would love to own as an investor and become that landlord. So then we're going to round it out with realtors to the rescue with homeowner education. So of course, if you are a part of NAREB, then you are considered a realtor. So we are out there, boots on the ground, and providing education to the public for their home ownership goals.
So what I want to do
Super Tuesday schedule.
So what I want to do is I'm going to take a step backwards. And so I don't know if you know, but actually I know that you know, but the audience probably does not know that my degree is interdisciplinary studies. So it's one of those.
And what does that mean?
I'm about to tell you. It is one of those degrees that you just kind of do what you want, and then you figure out, oh, where's my place? So I took a lot of psychology, sociology classes, and sociology, of course, is the study of groups of people. So when we decided to bring home ownership from a sociological perspective, I got extremely excited because we know that one of the barriers associated with home ownership is really your upbringing, the groups that you have surrounded yourself with, some of the reasons why you feel that you're unable to purchase a home. It really has a lot to do with that. So when our special guest, since we're not going to share the name just yet, but when our special guest, who is a student of sociology and actually a sociology instructor at actually an HBCU, when she agreed to come on, I was extremely excited about the information that she has to share with our audience. So from a real estate professional or a realtist perspective, and from a consumer perspective, we get to kind of learn how and why people, groups of people function the way that they do, put that all together, and now create this beautiful platform.
Absolutely. I mean, I love that we're taking a deeper dive into this home ownership process. So taking it from a sociological standpoint is definitely a way to get in the minds of the millennials.
Exactly. And then, of course, we move on to debt and budget. That is one of the things. So many of the millennials, when you're talking to them, Stephanie, am I right in saying that they'll give the reason why they have not purchased, and then either before it or to follow it, it's debt. Debt keeps coming up.
I'm going to say 9 times out of 10, it is debt. So it's just different variations of debt. And it's more of not so much having a ton of debt, but they're just afraid. And so it's the fear coupled with having the debt. And so I believe in that instance, they just need more of a plan, a budgeting plan. So because our guest yesterday did not really have a lot of debt, it was just more of a fear of entering into such a huge responsibility.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that we've all been there. I talk to many people, some that are millennials, some that are not millennials, and oftentimes they do not have a budget. So if someone does not have a budget, Stephanie, what kind of suggestions outside of course, tuning in on Tuesday, the 21st? Is that the 21st?
Yes,
that budget?
21st.
Outside of doing that, what other resources can you share with them?
Well, I wasn't sure if we were talking about this, but I did mention this yesterday on the Millennial Monday. So I asked our special guest if she had access to an online interactive budget, would she utilize it? And she said, absolutely. So,
so we'll be bringing that. So we'll bring an online interactive budget for the consumers, the realtors, whomever to use. And we're going to share that in more detail later, I guess. But we'll be bringing that to you as well. We want to make sure that we empower you with all of the tools that you need to be a successful homeowner, as well as to be able to speak to your home buyers and educate them on the things that they need to do. So that's
are
what
we
we're going
able to discuss like our budgeting partners, like who we'll partner with for?
Absolutely, because we received the confirmation. Okay. So you know I'm super excited. Yes.
Okay, so I didn't know if that's okay. We putting that out there. Yeah, I know that we want to bring a certain element of surprise to our audience, and just to keep them engaged and make sure that they're tuning in, and not to give them too much too fast. But we do have some exciting classes and information coming up for you surrounding budgeting. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, so am I. So am I. We have, and then we're going to move over into down payment assistance after that. It sounds like, to me, it sounds like this plan goes step by step. You condition the inside first, and then you work your way to the outside. So conditioning the mind, or reconditioning, because you've already been conditioned. Most people are adults by now. And then you're going to then take it from there, and then you're going to move into your personal budget. Budgeting is for you. I know that oftentimes we think, oh, well, let's wait until the lender tells us what we qualify for. Well, that is not the best way to do this. So yes, the lender, of course, has to approve you, but the lender does not know that, you go to the nail salon every week, and that's a part of your budget. The lender doesn't know you have daycare. There are so many things that the lender does not know, and that's why it's important for you to have your own personal budget already established before you go to the lender. So what we're doing is we're
Absolutely.
taking it from a sociological perspective, then we're going to turn around and we're going to talk about preparing a budget, and then we're going to talk about down payment assistance.
I just want to go back a little bit when you talk about our budget. You remember my client that had a $400 cigarette habit every month?
Yes,
So that
yes.
was something that we had to change up. We could not allow her to enter into this home ownership process with a $400 a month cigarette budget. So that was not in the budget. And so we had to take that all the way out. So these are things that
Yeah.
sometimes you don't realize will affect your ability to get approved for a house. So sometimes people think, oh, it's just things that are on their credit. But no, if you're not able to budget your finances and things that you use on a regular basis, monthly, these things are very important. So that had to be rectified. And if you are paying attention to this segment right now, just take a look at what you're doing every month. I mean, I know that we're shut down and we're working from home and staying safe, so you guys should be saving a lot of money on hair and nails and anything else that you would normally spend money on weekly or monthly. These are things that you just want to take a look at in your budget and see if there's some way that you can streamline these activities.
Yeah. And for those of you that are on the nail struggle, don't worry, I'm there with you. It will all be over soon, and we'll be able to return to our fabulous nail technician. So, but yes, I'm glad that you mentioned that one. It was almost like walking into an interrogation room. She was sitting there, we walked in and we said, guess what you just quit doing? And she said, what? Smoking. It's over. You cannot afford cigarettes and a house. Now, what's interesting about that conversation is I went in to my budget, and a few of my family members did it all at the same time as well. And I told everyone, let's do this exercise called Who Has My Mortgage? And what we found for her is cigarettes had her her mortgage. Right. Some people, fast food has their mortgage. So you have to think about it in that concept. Who has my mortgage? Because if you're spending a mortgage payment on something like that, can you do without it if you want home ownership bad enough? Absolutely. But like you said, we're focusing on it first, and then we're just going to trickle it on down. And then we're going to talk to you about down payment assistance.
Yeah, so I just got a message from one of our lender partners, and he wants to get involved in our Super Tuesday series. So that's something we'll talk about one off. But guys, definitely we would love for our partners to join in on these series, because even after the shutdown, we will continue to provide information, through our HTTC website, through the social media pages. So if you have any insight on down payment assistance, any industry changes, we would love to report that.
See, Madam Renee. Oh, look, see Renee Wilson. And then we're going to take it from there, move on into convenience, and that's another common one. So what we're doing is we're touching on all of the things that millennials state often that they're looking for if they were to purchase a home. I've found that many millennials are home ready, they can purchase tomorrow if they chose to. But what they enjoy is they enjoy walking downstairs to Friday happy hour at their apartment complex.
And you know what? This shutdown may not be as cumbersome for some of the millennials because they're used to utilizing DoorDash and
Yeah.
Grubhub and all of these different convenience sites. So, you know, we understand that convenience is on the top of their list.
Right. And I have a Gen Z, and he has introduced me to so many different sites of convenience. And he has had a car since he was 15 and won't drive because why? He said he is going to Uber everywhere.
Yeah, and that's funny because I have never ordered from ordered any food from one of those convenience sites. And now I'm thinking about it because I'm like, I'm at home, I might as well, but I'm so used to going out to the restaurants, but I have never ever ordered from any of these sites, but I'm definitely going to try it out. See what
Well,
these millennials are talking about.
Call Michael and get a recommendation. He'll be able to tell
Gotcha.
you what specials are on for the day.
Oh, well, and I need all the discounts.
Yes, yes, especially at this time. And so then we'll have Real Tist. Everyone heard it? Real Tist to the rescue. That's right. We have heard, we have been told that millennials are saying they don't feel empowered with education. So whose job is it to do that?
Well, just like we have stated in other meetings or platforms that we've been on, we know that the millennials don't want us telling them what to do.
Yep.
And how to do it. So we have suggested that our realtors provide different outlets for the millennials to get the education. And when we were at our midwinter conference, we introduced them to the silent party and they loved it. So I know that the millennials would love to receive the information, you know, just vibing out to some different tunes, and then you will get some, you know, information through the headphones. So it's just a different way of reaching out to millennials and different age groups through different platforms to provide that education. So Realtors to the rescue.
And it's bringing it to them their way. You know, oftentimes we have to get away from, yes, this is maybe the way that I learn best, but I have to think about my audience. So you have to bring it to your millennials their way. And
yeah, and I'm a millennial at heart, so I get it.
Oh
Hey,
my goodness.
Listen, Linda, don't do me. I am a millennial at heart, so I love the Sunday brunches. So, you know, we are talking about having educational meetings during brunch. And, you know, hey, we're going to get some homeowners out of that brunch.
For the record, she is an exennial, and so am I. But if you add fun day to the end of anything, count me in.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Add fun day, count me in.
Yeah.
I'm going to check to see if we have any questions from our audience or comments. And oh, Darlene Garcia said, "Hey, ladies." Hey, Miss Garcia.
Hey,
Darlene. So no questions at this time. Of course, everyone knows how to get a hold of us. We're on all social media platforms. Why? Because that's where you find the millennials.
Yeah, and definitely you can find us at our website, www.housedinthecar.com, and you can find us on all social media platforms, Housed in the Car.
And that's how you know she's an exennial, because she said www.
Anywho, what was I supposed to say? Just houseinthecar.com?
Houseinthecar.com.
Okay, houseinthecar.com.
We did that just for you, Julius. So either rate, we have that actually concludes it. We don't have any questions. So grateful for those of you that have joined us today. Keep in mind, we are here every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, bringing you the newest and most recent and information that is concerning and related to Housed in the Car, with our strategic focus on millennial African American.
Yeah, so thank you guys for joining us, and join us again tomorrow, same place, same time, as we introduce Home Ownership Changed My Life.
And you can't see our shirts. We're wearing our shirts today, but it's a little, I guess the way we're, look, you know what, had I been taller, you could see my Housed in the Car
Right,
shirt.
I'm like,
So
I don't even know.
how do you position yourself to get
yeah.
Housed in the Car? Thank you, guys.
Thank you.